I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space, so hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Count on Chapman & Associates Polygraph Service and unlock the truth. Chapman & Associates Polygraph Service, offering pre-employment, post-conviction, sexual offender testing, employee thefts, infidelity, and more. Call on the professionals at Chapman & Associates Polygraph Services and unlock the truth. Tim Chapman, CEO. Email at caapolygraph@gmail.com. or call 478-998-9273. When you need help, call Chapman & Associates Polygraph Service and unlock the truth.
The teacher said, "Best time, make me a dot." The best time said, "I can make a dot." And so she got her marker and made a dot. Her teacher said, "Sign it, Vashti." And Vashti said, "I can sign my name." What? "I can sign my name." And Vashti signed it. Now little did she know that when she came back to class, her teacher would have framed her dot. Now Vashti looked at that, and you know what she said? What? "I can make a better dot than that." And so she got her marker, and she started making dots. She made a yellow dot, a blue dot, a red dot, and you know my favorite dot? The one that she made without making a dot. Now, after that, she made lots of dots, but she didn't know that when they had the art exhibit, her dots would take up an entire wall. Well, at the exhibit, there was a little boy. He looked at Vashti's dots and he said, "You're a wonderful artist." And she said, "You are too." He said, "No, I'm not. I can't even draw a line." And Vashti said, "Draw a line for me." And the boy drew a line. Huh? He drew a line. And you know what Vashti did? He signed it. And Vashti framed it. Now, our story ends there. The author doesn't tell us what happens to the boy, nor what happens to Vashti. But this is what he said at the end of the book. He thanks his fourth grade teacher for encouraging him to make his mark. And that's what I want to do with my little ones and my big ones. I'll do one more, then I'm going to do something original for you. Let me do that now. Many years ago, a lady invited me to tell stories for her daughter's 4-year-old birthday party. And she wanted me to write a story for her 4-year-old daughter. And I said, "Can you tell me something about your daughter?" And she said, "She's beautiful, she's brilliant, she's bold." So I took those ingredients I put them in a pot, and this is the story I wrote for Naomi. Let me spray a little stuff on this stuff on my lip.
Don't put it in your mouth.
I'm not even that. You just wiped it off.
Huh?
You just wiped it off.
Yeah.
Naomi and the birthday frog. When Naomi and her mother were leaving their house to go to school, a group of frogs came up out of the weeds and started singing, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." And then they hopped back into the weeds. And Naomi looked at her mother and she said, "Mommy, how did they know it's my birthday?" And her mother said, "Naomi, frogs have a way of knowing things. They wanted to bless you on your birthday." Oh, Mommy, you know what? Are you blessed too, Mommy? Her mother said, "Yes, yes, Naomi, I'm very blessed." "Mommy, what's your greatest blessing?" "I can't tell you. You have to guess." "Mommy, please tell me." "No, you have to guess." "Mommy, is it your job?" Her mother said, "A job? It's a blessing, but it's not my greatest blessing." "Mommy, is it Daddy?"
Danny.
Daddy. He said, "Your dad's a blessing, but not my greatest blessing." "Oh, Mommy, please tell me." "No, you have to figure it out." "Mommy, please give me a hint." "Okay, my greatest blessing is beautiful." "Oh, beautiful like a quilt Grandma gave you?"
I know who it is.
"What?"
Yanami.
Huh?
Yanami. Her daughter.
All right, hold that thought for just a minute, okay? Is it beautiful like a quilt that Grandma gave you? Beautiful, but more beautiful than the quilt. Give me another hint, Mommy. She's brilliant. Brilliant like the sun? Not quite as brilliant as the sun, but still brilliant. Give me another hint, Mommy. She's bold. Bold? What's that mean, Mommy? Confident. Confident like a queen. Listen, your greatest blessing is beautiful like a quilt, brilliant like the sun, and bold like a queen. What is it, Mommy? I'll give you another hint. She's 4 years old, and today is her birthday.
Yes, sir.
Mommy, you're talking about me.
I knew it.
Yes, I am, Naomi. You are my greatest blessing.
Oh, you knew that.
Well, they parked at the school, and as they was walking to the schoolhouse, the frogs came up out of the bushes again, another group of frogs, and started singing, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you."
And a minute more.
And they hopped back into the weeds. Naomi said, "Mommy, where those frogs come from?" And her mother said, "Naomi, I have no idea." "Oh, Mommy, I feel so blessed." And she hugged her mommy around the leg, and they went on into the school. And at the school, they had a birthday party, and that's the end of that little story.
Awesome.
Now, I want to share this with you now. I'll be honest, when I bought this book, I didn't know what a badger was. I watched a lot of football, so I knew about the Wisconsin Badgers, but I still didn't know what a badger was. So to tell this story, I had to look it up. And it turns out that badgers, ferrets, weasels, and minks are all cousins. So, this morning I asked my children, what do you find at the end of the rainbow? Can anybody tell me? Nobody knows what you find at the end of the rainbow? How to go?
A new friend.
What happened in the story, Fox and Badger saw a rainbow. And they said, there's a treasure at the end of that rainbow. We need to go find it. And so they left where they were and headed out to find the treasure at the end of the rainbow. On the way to the rainbow, they came upon a squirrel. And the squirrel was sitting beside a pile of acorns. And the squirrel was saying, my treasure, look at my treasure. And Fox and Badger said, that's your treasure? Squirrel said, yeah, this is my food for the winter, and it's important to me. This is my treasure. Fox and Badger said, we're going to find a better treasure than that. And so they kept on going. When they got down by the pond, they came across a duck. And the duck was saying, treasure, where are you?
I'm here.
My treasure, where are you? And Fox and Badger said, you waiting for your treasure? She said, yes. And said, we're going to find ours, because it's at the end of the rainbow. At that point, a little duckling walked up. And the duck looked at her little duckling and said, my treasure, I'm glad you come back. They said, that's not a real treasure. She said, I love this treasure. This is my treasure. And they said, bye. And they ran on. When they got to the top of a hill, they came upon a hare or a long-legged rabbit. And the rabbit said, where you fellas going? They said, we're going to the end of the rainbow to find our treasure. Rabbit said, I don't need to go to the end of the rainbow. My treasure is right here. In your head? Yeah. What's up there? Memories and things that make me happy. They say, that's not no treasure. We're going to the end of the rainbow. That's where the treasure is. So they left the rabbit. When it started to rain, and the clouds made the rainbow disappear. And while they was waiting for the rainbow to come back, Fox and Badger looked at each other. And Fox said to Badger, you're important to me. And Badger said to Fox, I love you. We love each other. Oh, and we have so many memories. You're my treasure, and I'm your treasure. And so, instead of going to the end of the rainbow, they turned around and danced their way back home, singing and dancing all the way, because they realized they did not have to go to the end of the rainbow.
Summer is right around the corner, and you know what that means. It's vacation time. Here at Dublin Nissan, we can get you ready for vacation, whether it's a new Nissan or Chevrolet or just servicing your current vehicle. And guys, if you're looking for a new fishing truck, you can't go wrong with this all-new 22 Frontier. And if your needs are bigger, we got the trucks for you too. It's your choice. I know what mine is. Remember, Don sells Corvettes well. Hurry in to Dublin Chevy Nissan.
I'm Brian Bazemore, President and CEO of Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We would like to invite you to come by and experience a welcoming banking environment. Come by today and have a cup of coffee and let us talk with you about our many products, savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and our many loans. You're more than just a number to us, you're family. Come by today, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
In America, we have a president. And places like Germany and England, they have something called the Prime Minister. An emperor is over everything. In his land, the emperor has the first and the last word. In this story, the emperor doesn't have any children, so he has no one to become emperor after he passes on. And he had to come up with a way to find a successor, or someone to take his place. Now in this land, there's a boy named Mingus who is good at growing flowers, as is the emperor. And so what the emperor decides is that he will find his successor by the child who grows the most beautiful plant. And so what he does is he makes the announcement. He wants all the children to come to the palace. And before the children come to the palace, he gets some seeds and he opens up the bag of seeds. He puts them in the oven and he bakes the seeds.
He baked?
He bakes them like you bake a cake. And when the children come, he gives all of them a seed. He gives all of the children one of those baked seeds. Now, King gets there late. And when he gets there, the emperor gives him a seed. Well, King has a reputation for being one of the best plant growers in the kingdom. And so he gets a seed, and he goes, he puts some dirt in the pot, he puts the seed in the pot, he puts some more dirt in it, and he sprinkles it with water. And day by day, week by week, he'd go out and look at his pot, and he'd talk to it, grow seed, grow seed, grow. But the seed wouldn't grow. He changed it and he put it in another pot with some richer soil. He talked to it, grow seed, grow seed, grow seed, grow. But it still Many months later, all the other children had beautiful plants and flowers. And the emperor invited them back to the palace to show what they're doing. And everybody had something in their pot, except for Peter. Peter didn't want to go. He didn't want to go because he had nothing in his pot. His father said, "Did you do your best?" He said, "Yes. I did my best, but it still wasn't wrong." He said, "If you did your best, that's good enough for me. And it should be good enough for the emperor." So he got his empty pot and he went on up to the palace. And all the children stood side by side with their beautiful flowers and plants. And the emperor walked by each one of them. Everyone he walked by, he shook his hand. And finally, he came to Peter. And all Peter had was the empty pot. And the emperor said, "Why did you come with the empty pot?" And he said, "I put the seed in the pot, but it wouldn't grow. I changed it. I put it in another pot, but it still wouldn't grow. I talked to my father, and my father told me to show me the best that I could do." The emperor smiled. And he said to all the children with the beautiful flowers, he said, "Children with your beautiful flowers, I don't know how you got them to grow, but this I do know. The seed I gave you couldn't grow anything. So you can take your beautiful flowers back home." He looked at Peter and he said, "Come, son, you shall one day be emperor." And they said, "Why? Why is he going to be the emperor with the empty pot?" The emperor said, "He's honored. He came before me with the best that he could do, with courage and commitment, and he is the one that will rule our empire when this no emperor is no longer here." And so, Peter's father said, "If you did the best you can do, that's good enough for me. And it'll be good enough for the emperor." And I say to all my children, when you do the best you can do, everything is going to work out for the best. Thank you. Now, I have another story, but I think it's too old for most of the children. It was inspired by this one. This Eric Carl guy has got to be one of the best illustrators in the whole world. And I wanted to visualize this story, but I couldn't. So let me just sum this one up, and then I'll sum up the story that it inspired. In the beginning of the story, Spirit says to an artist, draw me a star. And the artist drew a star. It was a beautiful star. And after he drew the star said, draw me a sign. In the order drew the sun. After he drew the sun said, draw me a tree. And the tree said, draw me a couple. They drew a couple. And after he drew the couple said, draw me a house. The house said, draw me a dog. The dog said, draw me a cat. And after the cat said, draw me a flower. And the flower said, draw me a butterfly. Actually, the butterfly said, draw me a flower. And after they had all that, the artist made a rainbow. After he made the rainbow said, draw me a cloud. And the artist drew clouds filled with rain. The cloud said, draw me a night. He drew a night. And the night said, draw me a moon. And the moon said, draw me a star. He drew a star. And you know what the star said to the artist? Grab hold to me. And they floated across the sky. That's this little kid.
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today. Here's a big announcement from Central Georgia Primary Care. We're proud to announce the opening of our second location right here on Central Drive in East Dublin. No matter where you are, north, south, east, or west, Central Georgia Primary Care has a health professional waiting to serve you. Central Georgia Primary Care, next to Paul's Tire on Industrial Boulevard in Dublin, and now at our brand new location on Central Drive in East Dublin, right next to Thomas Auto Supply. Need an appointment? Call us at 478-202-9440. Central Georgia Primary Care, waiting to serve you at both locations, Industrial Boulevard in Dublin, and now on Central Drive in East Dublin.
Interested in working with youth? There are positions available in Dublin. Email your resume to rddeal1@gmail.com or call 478-279-3174. Interested in working with youth? There are positions available in Dublin.
All right, we're here today at the Lawrence County Library. We got the storyteller himself, Mr. Akbar Imhotep. Mr. Akbar, how did you end up here today in Dublin?
Man, I've been coming to Dublin about 30 years.
Wow.
And back in the winter, one of the children's librarians, either Olivia or Rebecca, called to see if I would be a part of the summer reading program. So we scheduled the 22nd, and here I am.
There you go. Is this your first time ever doing storytelling here?
No. I've told stories in this room here 4 or 5 times.
Gotcha.
And I initially told stories at the Catholic Grade Library. So I've been coming to Dublin throughout my storytelling career.
What has brought you to Dublin? You know, you mentioned 30 years. What's been bringing you here to Dublin?
Well, the people like my storytelling.
Okay, there you go.
And I like coming. I actually have 2 friends from Dublin. One is deceased now. One was named Willie Woods, and the other was named Thomas Southern. So when I come to Dublin, I'm coming to the hometown of 2 people I knew fairly well.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Now, Mr. Akbar, you were doing the storytelling today. Tell us about how you got started out in that, and you know what really what drove you to start out in storytelling.
I started out as an actor, and my acting work ran out, and I ended up doing puppetry. And this was the birth of my storytelling. One of the legs fell off of my setup, and I kept going with the story as I picked up the leg and put it back in.
There you go.
And afterwards, my puppeteer friend said, "You ought to try storytelling." And so I said, "What?" So I was an actor.
Right.
And they said, "You could probably be a storyteller." And so I went and learned some stories, practice on them. And so that's the quick shortcut. But what makes me able to do it the way I do it is my theater background.
Right. I could see how that will go hand in hand. So today I would say we had some really young kids, and we had a kid, we had some older kids, and we were talking earlier off camera about, you know, how you have to adapt your story, and you have different ages. You know, how do you bring your story like that to a room full of different age children?
Listening. Listening is the greatest, I should say, the ability to listen is a storyteller's greatest asset. When I do workshops, I say, you have to hear what people are not saying as well as what they're saying. So we had all those young children, and the boy who was a little bit older was figuring out the end before we got there. Now, I don't want to tell him, you know, be quiet, because I like for them to participate. But at the same time, I couldn't focus on what he was saying and not bring in my other children. So the presentation you saw was almost a total adaptation from what I did this morning.
Wow.
Because the children, a majority of the children were so much younger.
Right.
And you want to connect. I just want to go through my list and don't connect with my children.
Right.
So you look at who's before you, and this probably won't make sense. You have to talk to who's listening.
It makes sense to me. Now, you mentioned your theater background and that ability to adapt. I mean, that's got to be tough. That's got to be kind of scary, you know, just adapting on the fly like that. How are you so good and able to do that?
Practice, practice, practice. So I've been telling stories since 1985. And I went to storytelling as a fourth wall actor and puppeteer. So I was used to acting behind the fourth wall. But with storytelling, the wall is gone.
Right.
So they're right there. It's a conversation. And so it's like if we were talking And you asked me about storytelling. If you ask me about the weather, I can't keep talking to you about storytelling.
Right.
I have to respond to the weather. If I'm talking to a 12-year-old and a group of 4-year-olds come, I can't keep talking to the 12-year-old.
Right.
I got to talk to the 4-year-old. So it's practice, experience, and wanting to make sure you're connecting
Right.
with who you're talking to.
Mr. Akbar, your practice definitely showed today. I thought it was a great presentation. Tell us about the books that you had chosen today, and just tell us about today's presentation.
Okay. Well, today was actually a bonus. I had some of my favorite stories. I started with the dot. The dot is about making your mark at the end of the rainbow. It's about seeing the treasure around you.
Right.
The empty pot is about doing your best. And if your best is good enough for you, it's good enough for the king. And Eric Carr, I don't know what to say. I love his books.
Right.
And that drew me a star. They're all magical. But that drew me a star, it's out of this world. And so today, I had an opportunity to tell 4 of my favorite stories. The dot at the end of the rainbow, the empty pot, and Draw Me a Star. And the Draw Me a Star inspired me to write a story called Write Me a Story. And I typed it up. I eventually want to publish it. But I like telling stories, but I love the stories I tell.
Right.
That's what makes it a win-win. Win-win for me, win-win for my children.
Right. That's what it's all about. Mr. Akbar, tell us about your book real quick, and how far are you into the process of trying to get that published?
Well, I just wrote it last night.
Oh, well, there you go.
I just wrote it last night, but I have about 20 on my jump drive.
Gotcha.
I have a book of poetry that I'm actually selling. And so I have a book that's on lineup to start working on with the goal of publishing it by December. So I have things in motion. And this story that I wrote last night might not come out till 24.
Sure. So do you have books out? And you mentioned you're selling that poetry book. Where would one find that at?
Oh, you can find my book on my website, akbarstories.com.
Gotcha. There you go. akbarstories.com. Don't
And I'm going to
forget.
give you this if
Yes,
you
sir.
need to type it.
Gotcha. We'll get it out there. Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Akbar, well, we thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate what you did here today. Thank you for bringing these stories here. We just thank you so much for being here.
And I thank you. And you're a young fella, and I like your interview technique.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets. And save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
My name is Jeremy Blackstock. I'm the head of school at Trinity Christian. We would invite you to come to our campus so we can show you around and discuss ways that we can partner with your family in Christian education. Our goal here is to teach the truth and to have students leave here prepared to serve others and serve God in their communities.
I'm Glenn Registered, Hometown Supply. Come by today and let me show you all the different product lines that we carry. Just about anything that you need, we have it in stock. We do financing, we deliver just about anything a customer needs for us to do, we do. Come by and let me show you what sets us apart from all the rest. If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
All right, we're back at the library. We got Miss Kelly Barrere, and she's in charge of children and youth services here. Tell us what we had here today.
Today we had one of our summer reading programs, Mr. Akbar Imhotep Storyteller. And next week we are going to have Keith Carnock, a ventriloquist and magician.
Yeah.
And then we're going to skip a week, and July 13th, we're going to have Josie Bailey, another storyteller.
Yeah.
And this is all part of our Oceans of Possibilities 2022 summer reading program.
Miss Kelly, tell us more about that, Oceans of Possibilities. Tell us about the reading program, and what have we missed this summer?
Well, we had the Snake Wrangler with Southeastern Reptile Rescue a few weeks ago. And last week we had another storyteller, Fiddlin' Dan, the Music Man.
Yeah.
So, and we also, I would like to say, we also are going to have our summer reading applications or logs. They can be turned in through July 30th. So there's still time to sign up for the summer reading program. And I would encourage everyone to do that. It's really great for kids to keep them reading over the summer.
Yeah. So when's the cutoff to sign up?
Well, you can sign up now and begin turning in your reading logs July 12th through the 30th.
Okay, gotcha. Now, yeah, the summer reading program, tell me the importance of a child, to read through the summer, because some kids, after school's out, they're not gonna read too much.
That is true. There is a phenomenon called summer learning loss, where kids, lose maybe a reading level or lose a little bit of what they gained over the previous school year, that knowledge. And encouraging them to read, it changes their life and encourages lifelong learning.
Right.
Learning to read opens up a whole world of learning to them. And that is really the main goal of the summer reading program, to get kids excited about reading.
Yeah. So the programs, are the kids that were here today, are they all taking part in the summer reading program?
They are, but you don't have to be signed up for the summer reading program. The programs are open to the public and anyone can attend.
Let's talk more about the summer reading program. What books are these children? Is it any book? What ages? Just tell us more about that.
Really, it is for all ages, birth through. We have a lot of teens, and I know some adults enjoy doing it. And really, it varies by reading level, what a particular person is interested in reading. So it's hard to say particularly what someone might choose to read. And parents can read books to their children. That counts. So at the end of the program, July 12th through 30th, we begin handing out prizes and certificates of completion to everyone.
So anyone who completes the 6 books will get the prize?
Correct.
Gotcha. Miss Kelly, you got all these programs coming in here. The Reptile Man, Fiddlin' Dan. How are you setting all these up?
Well, these are actually, we plan year-round for the summer reading program, and we book our performers months ahead of time. And it really is a lot of work, and it is a year-round process.
Sure, yeah. Tell us, what else does the library have going on outside of the summer reading program right now? Anything we need to be on the lookout for?
We have programs for all ages. We have adult programs going on right now. I think today we have a gardening program. We have, yesterday we had a Junk to Jewels journaling program for teens and adults, and a craft day for our younger kids. So we really, all throughout the year, also offer several programs for all ages. We have our story time in the Children's Center every Tuesday at 10:30.
There you go.
And we have our Lego and Megatronics program every Monday at 2:30. So we have a lot to offer here.
No doubt.
And you can always check our Facebook page and our website to stay up to date with our current programs.
There you go. Don't forget it. Check the Facebook. Miss Kelly, thank you for letting me be here today.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. This is TV 35.